Hi there, my name's Mark.
I'm Tom.
And welcome to another SaturnProduct review.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a little while, hasn't it?
It has, and I've now come back with the flu as well, so I
Yeah.
apologise if I sound bummed up, but
But we're back.
we're back.
And today we're talking about Arthur. One of the new releases from Murphy's Magic. Christopher Wheel has brought this out. I had a look at it and was a little bit, when I first saw it. You had a look at it.
Thought that's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get in the door. Yeah, so simple, so clever. So many ideas that come to mind instantly. Everything from a full-on storytelling performance to a quick gag. Which one do you want me to do?
Go on, whichever. Go on, do the performance one, go on.
The performance, well, the reason it's called the Arthur deck is the idea is based around King Arthur and the Sword in the Stone. Back when England was in a massive civil war and there was no rightful leader that came forward, there was a sword that was placed into a stone and then enchanted, so only the rightful person, the rightful leader of England, could remove the sword. That's the basic thing. So Mark, you're going to select a sword for us.
Sword, okay. I'll have that one there.
Yeah, that one. So I can look at it as well.
That's a good one.
So
Joker.
brilliant. So put the Joker on top. Turn it over for me and then stick it out a little bit because it's going to be our sword.
Okay.
And the cards are going to make the stone. And then as the enchantment works, anyone that tries to take it out that's not worthy, it won't come out.
That's good, isn't it?
It is good. But if you're the rightful leader, if you're set to be the worthy one, Mark, if you want to try and take that out, it will of course come straight away. Beautiful. I love it. That's not how I perform it, but I like it. This is how I would do it. Just drop that back in. I would say, do you want to take a card from me? In fact, just touch it. Brilliant. Put it back in. That's going to be your card. Again, the Joker as well.
Got the same one. What's going on?
Absolute classic. In fact, let's just get a pen. Brilliant. If you take the pen,
Okay.
then you sign your card as well. That's how I do it. That'd be a throwaway bit of magic. I wouldn't even bring attention to it, just to make the audience just going to go, what? Double take. Review-wise, I love it. You are left with half a deck, we can say that, right?
Yeah, you can do other tricks with
So,
it. You
yeah.
could do an ambitious card routine. You could, we were saying you could easily have the card coming back to the top.
Yeah, I would do. Yeah, you could still do cat and mouth.
You can do
like
cat
that.
and mouth with it, and then you can finish off with the Arthur thing, or you could do it at the beginning with the sign thing. The sign thing isn't taught. That was an idea that I saw on the Magic Cafe, and you thought about it anyway.
Instantly, as soon as I saw it, I was like, can we do this? And then
Yeah.
you said that's someone else's idea.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought as well to get rid of the deck would be to do the Omni effect. So you've got the sword, you've then got it, I then ditch it, pull out an Omni deck, or a block of wood or anything, put it back on top and say, I bet you can't find it again. Of course you can find it, it's the only sword that's bound to you. No, really, it's the only sword that's bound to you, that sort of thing.
And it gets rid of the deck.
Yeah, it's done. Good quality DVD, really good quality DVD.
Well,
Nice
it's a
download
DVD.
film, nice
I
quality.
keep saying that, don't we,
Yeah.
DVDs? Most things are coming now with download
Yeah,
links,
DVD is dead.
which is a bit frustrating, because I do like a DVD, but some of them are actually coming with chaptered downloads, which this one doesn't.
No, this one all plays all the way through. It's quite long as well, but it goes into a lot of explanation, so there's nothing left out. The quality of the box is really nice. You don't like it, do you? You like our DVD cases. I think that's a really nice premium box for not a premium price.
No, it's
Under
good.
£25.
It's £24.14.
There you go.
So you're trying to keep the price as keen as possible.
Well, without the DVD, it brings the price down, right? You see.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. So we've actually got them in stock, ready to ship, and it's a good little fix.
Yeah, I'm going to have one. Any negatives? Due to the nature of the deck, you have to be careful how you handle it and how you transport it. You couldn't just throw it in your close-up case.
No, you need to be aware of, it's quite obvious when you get it what you need to be careful of, and you have to be careful to handle it right, and not to, there are warning stickers on it saying watch the instructions before you handle it, so that you don't break it, because you could break it if you weren't careful. The way it's constructed, I sort of 99% knew the method before it came, but when I saw the way the gimmick was made, I was quite pleased with the way it was made.
So you can riffle down the whole of the deck.
Yeah, you can riffle. I didn't think you'd be able to riffle the deck or anything, which you can.
It's very, very well made. Obviously, you can see where it's gone through different versions, and I think the final one that you can riffle down, brilliant. Really like it. Fantastic for down the pub. If you've only got one deck on you, and that's the only trick you're going to do, for our hobbyist sort of rating, has to be up there. For a professional, if you like that effect, if you've got an idea for that effect, then that you will do exactly what you need it to.
I think if you're a card guy, do an ambitious card, omni-deck, card to mouth, you do all that sort of thing already. This is something that you'll throw in quite quickly. I'm not really that kind of guy. I don't really like doing that kind of thing. So, you know, my rating when we go stars and rings, I'm sort of going for a sort of 3.5-ish, which doesn't reflect badly on the trick.
It's just the way
it just relates on my own personal opinion, whereas I think you'd probably rate it a little bit higher.
A little bit higher. I'd probably do it as a final trick. I'd probably do it as a, you've got that when you fall into a group and there's that one person that's really believed you every step of the way and you really want to leave them with a memory, it's that sort of thing. So it's going to go quite high from there, 4 or 5 definitely.
Alright, brilliant. Okay, so check it out, that's Arthur. Okay, so now we're moving on to Unbelievalope by Jeff Kaler.
And the reason I'm laughing is because this trick comes with its own advert, with its own
It's on the trailer, isn't it? It's great, isn't it?
Well, it gets in your head. It does get in your head.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Belope.
I'm going to sing it, and there you go.
Yeah, no good at singing.
So this got you very excited, didn't it? The minute that this came in, the first thing you unpacked, you wanted to get it out and have a look at it. So
as soon as I saw the trailer for this, again, it's one of those things that I thought, God, no, that works, that's clever. And sure enough, when it's delivered, nice little package, online instruction again.
Yeah, very well performed.
It says DVD on the back of there. I'm sure it wasn't a DVD.
No, it was definitely not a DVD.
No, so we are getting some little flutters with the producers.
Magic Estate though, isn't it? So it's very well filmed. Live footage from their stage. I want to perform on that stage one day. I love it. It's got a brick wall behind it.
But basically, I think anyone that's interested in this knows what they're getting as such. You get 3 Unbelievalopes, which are very well made, they're very durable.
Very well made.
They're going to last you, as long as you're not the sort of guy that screws things up or just piles things into a case at the end of a show with no respect for whatever they are. They should last you for ages.
Absolutely
for
ages.
free, they should do. They do teach you how to make more. Apparently there's some American postal envelopes that are a similar window design, and they show you how you can make some. They wouldn't be as durable, I wouldn't imagine, because they're just a normal envelope. But these 3,
I was really impressed by the quality, really impressed. They're a lot thicker than I thought they were going to be.
No issues there. There's a little bit of a bonus tip that we're going to add to a bonus page for this for anyone that buys it. And also we thought there was something else when I constructed this. When I say constructed it, you don't have to do much to get it ready.
No,
you have to
customise it to your.
You have to measure it up to you.
Yeah.
So that it's going to work. Okay, so the envelopes are really well constructed.
Yeah.
Really durable. They're going to last you a long time. The actual switching, because there's no secret that it is a switch, and we're going to show you this in a bit of a blatant way.
Yeah, please don't think this is the routine. This is not how it's designed to be used. We just know that you guys want to know how does it work. Does it work well? So
I'll move forward.
See what you think of it.
It's a slightly better shot, but you remove you don't get the little clip. I'm sure everyone's got little clips around. You reach into the envelope. You pull out the card that's been in full view the whole time, and it changed colour to
that's how strong it is. Then you can just show that envelope empty, get rid of it.
So you get rid of the envelope, and then you reveal that was their chosen card. Obviously, you wouldn't change it from red to blue.
No.
If I'd have just had a blue and a blue,
you would have thought if we'd done a routine as well. If you'd gone, look, the 8 hearts that you've really named, you would have thought we'd made it up. The fact is that can be a signed card, can't it?
Yes, it could be a signed card.
Could be anything that fits in the envelope that you've got a routine for, it'll do.
A written prediction, a confabulation routine. It is a standalone effect as a confabulation routine or as a find a card routine or any routine where you want to switch something at the end that someone has been in full view.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing with this, that the big seller for this is that it is in full view. When you consider that a lot of these prediction envelopes, the thing that's in the envelope is
it's hidden on
is maybe you only see part of it or half of it, or there's a huge panel covering, the window, so something could be hiding behind there. The fact this is so big, the panel there, it's just quite deceptive.
Yeah. Now what I like, the first thing whenever I see anything like this where it's got a card in it, the first thing I always think is, does it have to be a card trick? What else can I make out of it? And this is, as soon as you get this smooth, you can do anything with it.
And with the prediction routine, he talks about using the TKO and the UCC or any kind of spectator's wallet gimmicks in conjunction with this, which you don't have to use the confabulation routine with it. He just teach you how to do it without. But if you do use either of those two gimmicks, then the displays as you're doing the routine are that much clearer.
Yeah, because you're completely empty.
Because you can write your predictions down and turn the board around and show people that's what you wrote down. And then when you retrieve the envelope, you do what you need to do using those gimmicks to get the gimmick into where it needs to go. So we're being very generalistic there, because obviously we can't go into too much detail.
No, but we do stock both of those items.
Yeah, so we've got both in stock.
Most people will own at least one of them though.
This is what I consider to be a bit of a bargain when they talk about pack flat, pays big, and it's not expensive either.
No.
To do a good prediction routine as cleanly as this would cost quite a lot of money. Often need assistance as well.
You often need assistance, and some of them are not shy of £1,000, are they? Some of these predictions. And this is what he said. He said he got fed up with spending $1,000 for a device that could go wrong. This one, you're in charge of it the whole way through. It's well made.
Easy.
Brilliant.
And it's only $27.55 currently.
Yeah.
So that's not bad either.
You get 3, don't you?
And you get 3.
So you can even share them.
Yeah.
Just going to put that out there.
Yeah. So yeah, not got much more to say about this.
No, really clever.
As far as the point scoring, I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it 4.5. The only reason why I give it 4.5 is I had to trim it up a little bit, didn't I?
Yeah, just tie it up. But to be fair, you sat down in front of me and had it customised to work for you within a minute.
Yeah, it might be being a bit harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was going to say 5 actually.
I think you're being a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And I think you're being a bit perfectionist. Maybe.
Yeah, because no one would notice what I did.
No one would notice. No, you're just being a magician.
Alright then, okay, yeah, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5.
Definitely.
And as far as a hobbyist goes, you're not going to be doing this down the pub for your mates. No. The main reason for that is that this is a little bit, it would go in your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
But it'd get battered and knocked around if you were carrying it around. It's more of a parlour stand-up kind of piece.
Yeah.
But if you do that kind of show, and they say packs small, plays big.
It's exciting for me. I'm just at that stage now where I'm moving from my close-up boundaries. I'm doing stage, I'm doing parlour, and for me it's brilliant. So I'm going to put that in my list of things that will take that step with me. So yeah, do check it out.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, you can use this for loads and loads of different things, can't you? So from a scoring point of view, I'm going to give it 5.
Yeah, I mean it's so simple, so easy, so much cheaper than anything else on the market. Yeah. From a sort of hobbyist point of view, you wouldn't want to get out in the pub. It's going to get dog-eared and stuff. But if you want something that's going to absolutely amaze people for a minimal amount of effort, yeah,
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is Unbelievalope.
There we go.
Okay, Tom. So next up,
what have we got?
We've got this. It's called Mind Control. Let's bring that a little bit closer to the camera so you can see. What you get is this A5 size sort of book thing. It's got Mind Control, picture of the brain and a load of numbers on the top. You tell people that the book has got lots of numbers in.
Well, it has got.
And it has.
It has got lots of, yeah.
On each page there's 3 or more numbers on each page. This, by the way, is by Alan Duncan, Scottish magician.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours.
Good thinker. Very good thinker.
And I'm not just going to say this is good because he's a good friend of ours. I'm saying it's good because it is.
Fooled me.
And it fooled me as well.
Yeah.
Alan actually said himself when we saw him lecture that you may deduce part of the method, but I bet you won't get it all.
Yeah.
And he was totally right.
Totally right. The first bit I got and I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's very good.
So basically what the effect is that you draw people's attention to the fact that you have a deck of cards, and the nice thing about these is that the deck of cards has been written, the backs have been written on. 99% of the effects that you buy
yeah, you have to do it yourself.
that need a deck of cards to have numbers written on the back, you have to provide your own deck and you have to write your own numbers on. These come with the numbers handwritten on the back already, so when you open the package,
You're good to go. Good to go.
Read the instructions and you're off.
Obviously, we advise you always practice before you go, but yeah, you don't need anything else, which is nice. Good value.
They are written instructions, so you don't get any live performance or anything like that. But it's old school. But read the instructions. They're not difficult to understand. The effect is very simple to do and very simple to perform. So the effect is you have displayed that the numbers are different on the pages. You give the spectator the book. You ask them to prise open the book at any page that they want. They're looking at a number of numbers on that page.
Number of numbers.
You ask them to remember one of those numbers on that page. You then draw their attention to the deck of cards that you've mentioned previously with the numbers on the back. You ask them to go through, take out the card that corresponds to the number that they are thinking of. So if it was number 33, they would
go through
the deck, find number 33. Well, all this is done while you're not looking, you've got your back turned to the audience, and they take out number 33 and say, yeah, got it. The cards, they can still hold on to the deck if you want, or you can take them back and tidy up, whichever way. You don't have to touch the deck once they've removed their card. And when you turn, there's a number of different ways you can do the reveal. You could literally just announce what their card is. You could have an envelope, and then when they name their card you could turn it round and you've got it. So there's a number of different ways you can do the reveal. But basically that's the effect, and it is quite mind-blowing.
It is, because when you did it to me, I'd gone through and I found the corresponding number, and I had the card, I hadn't looked at it. So you told me what it was before I'd seen it. So you said, oh, okay, well, you said, oh, it's the 10 of spades, and I turned it over and it was the 10 of spades, and I didn't know that yet, so yeah.
And part of the idea that Alan does with this as well, he was performing it for magicians the other night when we saw him do this. As he's going through the routine, he dispels what magicians might be thinking. So they'll be thinking, there must be more cards in that deck that have got that number on.
Yeah.
So if it was number 10, he says, well, there must be, have a look through, and he tells the person, check there isn't more number 10s in there, and they confirm, no, there is only one number 10. The other thing magicians would think is that maybe there's more than one value of the card because the deck wasn't shown properly. So he tells the person to have a look and make sure that the card that they're hiding from him, there isn't...
definitely missing, and there's not a duplicate.
And there's not a duplicate in there. And there isn't, so there literally is generally 52 cards, and they take out one of them.
Yeah.
And it's a normal deck.
A normal deck, you don't see, you don't even watch as you're doing it.
So if you did lose this or break it, you could make yourself a put one just from a normal deck of cards. That's right. The numbers on the back.
On the back. So also if you use different cards, or you've got different style, you can make your own up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other bonus for this is it's only £20
for everything.
For the book, the deck, and the handwritten, typed instructions printed out. But you do end up with a very good, strong commercial parlour stroke stage routine. That again packs very small, and you will have people scratching their heads as to how it works. So
there we go, mind control.
I'm going to give this, as soon as I saw this is in my performance box already, it will take you, you're not going to have to practice this for weeks. You're going to know how to do this within, well, once you've read the instructions.
Then you can practice it on your own a bit. And
practice it on 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
You'll have the confidence. It's one of those things that's not going to let you down once you understand how it works.
No, it's something that means you'll look forward to performing it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm going to use it. So I'm going to give it a 5 for sure.
I like it slightly less for me. I'll have to mess around with it a little bit. Like I don't like this book, but I have to put a cover on it and come up for a reason why they look like they've got the numbers are there. But the trick itself is really clever, and it fooled me. So definitely a 4 for me. And again, down the pub you're going to get free drinks. So
yeah. So well done, Alan. That's mind control.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're moving on to the latest release from Lynx Magic, which is called the Unbreakable Phone.
Now I got excited because I thought we were having lunch.
Pringles.
This is very much a you trick, isn't it? This is the sort of magic that you're known for performing, the sort of magic that you're booked to perform. So you're quite excited by this, aren't you?
I am. I perform Matthew Wright's Marvellous Wonder Phone, which is quite a big prop to cart around. And when I saw this, I thought, great for those gigs where the people don't quite want to pay me what I normally would, or I want to do a pack small show. This certainly packs a lot smaller than the Wonder Phone.
Playing.
Yeah, and I can do a very similar effect. Basically, what the effect is, you borrow a phone off the spectator, you have some comedy moments with them along Vanishing Bandana style, because there's an audio track provided, which we'll talk about more in a little while. But basically you get the hammer out, you smash in their phone, you have all the gags that you get with it. The phone disappears, and to finish at the end of the routine it appears in Pringles.
A sealed
Pringles.
Pringles tube with Pringles in it.
With Pringles in it, and they peel off the top, you eat a few, and sure enough in there is their mobile phone.
Yeah.
In a little plastic bag so it doesn't get
covered in Pringles. They
Stuff
have
like
thought of everything.
Yes. What you get with it, you get a tiny magic wand,
which you obviously need,
which is part of the
part
gag.
of the routine, yeah.
You do need a hammer to put. You don't get a hammer. You need a hammer, but I'm sure most people have got a hammer around, or you can go to a pound shop and just buy
a hammer or a hammer
to do the smashing with. So you need to provide your own hammer. You get the Pringles tube, which is gimmicked.
Yep.
And you get some replacement seals. I don't know how many of them speak. At least 10.
There's quite a few. Yeah.
20 maybe in there. The thing that got me with this is that when you run out of those, I'm sure Lynx will probably supply them as refills, but if you like Pringles, then
take it off carefully.
You can use the ones. You could chuck this can away and use
you could
a new can of Pringles.
Also, if they ever change the advert at the top or anything to make it more modern, or they change the design,
or this gets battered, you can just use a normal can of Pringles to make yourself a new gimmick. Because to make the gimmick's quite easy, and you can transfer the gimmick apart from this can to a new one quite easily.
Yeah.
So you can have any flavour or whatever you want. You also get this, which it's quite strange how I get excited about a piece of cloth.
It's not, this is positively bizarre, but
it is well made.
It does exactly what it needs.
It does exactly what it needs. It's really well made, and again, can't ignore that. That's really good.
Again, if anyone that knows the style of effect will know exactly how it works, but brilliant.
You're not using the cloth to vanish the phone, which some people might be thinking it's that kind of cloth.
Yeah, it's not one of those.
But it isn't. It's quite a nice little way the way they vanish the phone and whatever, so I can't complain about that. One thing I can complain about is the audio. It's supposed to be along the line of the vanishing bandana, which you either love or hate. That kind of
audiences love it.
Thing.
That sort of phone up, dial a magician.
Yeah, and the magician's following the instructions, and of course the trick starts to go wrong, and he's not following the instructions.
Very funny the first 10 times you hear it.
Yeah. The vanishing bandana is still good. But various magicians will say, "Oh, you don't do that, do you?" But there's a lot of people that still do it.
There's a lot of effects like it as well. But anyway, back to this one.
My main gripe with the audio is that they haven't spaced it for a start. Each sentence of the audio basically just follows one after the other.
Yeah, so you need to.
Whereas when you buy the vanishing bandana, all the pauses, the timing, and everything are there, and you just fill in the gaps yourself.
Naturally within the time and the routine.
So they haven't gone to the trouble of putting those gaps in. Also, the translation from their language to English. It's been done by an English-speaking person who's done the voiceover, but the script that's been given hasn't really been translated that well, so it doesn't really come across spot on.
So what did you do, Mark?
We know voiceover people, so you rewrite the script and have someone revoice it.
In a professional sounding
nice young girl doing the voiceover. In the typical lines of the vanishing bandana, I cringed a bit at the magician's pose and raise your eyebrow. It was getting really, I would perform and do occasionally perform the vanishing bandana. It fits me and suits me, but standing there with a magician's pose and raising your eyebrow,
skip that bit.
It's not really for me, so I erased that bit. Everyone that's bought this so far from us, I've sent them a copy of that new audio file as a bit of a bonus, because I think really that work should have been done for them in advance.
Definitely.
And the fact that I am definitely going to use this in the way it suits me, and that I've had that audio redone. As regards to the audio, people can edit their own audio anyway if you want the sound. I've put sound gaps in the audio, but if you want it shorter, bigger, you can just use a bit of editing software and chop it out or make it a little bit longer. But the actual premise for this is brilliant. I've done the audio so this can lead into the Wonderphone, and the phone ends up coming back in the Wonderphone reveal, or if I'm not doing the Wonderphone, then the phone can come back
in the Pringles.
In the Pringles.
So they get that free, right? That's that. You've done the hard work on that. We just send it out when you order it.
Yeah. Things wrong with it. Shame they didn't really put the legwork in. I think a company like Lynx that isn't an English company and are selling predominantly into the English market or American English speaking markets, I think they really need someone on their team that understands, speaks, and understands the English, like American language a little bit.
Language better, humour, timing.
Yeah.
Hell, give us a call. Everything else is perfect, isn't it?
It is.
The same quality as the wallet.
It's all well made, produced, and everything, so you can't complain there.
No.
So get yourself a hammer.
Yeah. A hammer, or a spectator's phone.
A glass bowl maybe for when you tip the Pringles out if you want to do it that way. But that's all you need, and you've got a really good effect. It's not cheap, unfortunately. It's 82.72.
Which for a big, strong stage finisher isn't that much.
That's not a
for
lot
the
for a
quality.
stage effect.
No, and like we said, you get what you need to make that again. So.
And part of the reason the size of the package is why the cost goes up a bit, because that must affect shipping and all sorts of things.
Yeah, now what they could have done, and I'm really glad they didn't, is they could have sold the routine with the gimmick and then gone, right, get your own Pringles, make it yourself, and they haven't done that. So yeah, that's taken their costs up, but that's how many times do we moan when you only get half a job done? Sure. So that's definitely the way to do it. Takes the price up, but then it's not going to be a mass thing, it's not going to be for everybody, is it? It's people like you that have got a strong stage and a strong finish. I love it. Would I perform it? Maybe not, but I'd like to see people perform it. Yeah, definitely. Nice ending.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it. So it's for a concept idea and am I going to use it, it's a 5. From an actual product readiness, it would have been nice if it had been given to me in a proper format, so I could have basically just done it straight away. So in that respect, we haven't really got a score for it. We score it normally for will we perform it and how good is it. So I'd say 5, I'm definitely going to perform it, it's good. The only downside was the production of the audio.
Which you fix, so when you guys get it, it'll be a 5+.
Yeah.
And you get a magic wand, you get a magic wand. I'm always a fan of magic wands.
Which is all part of the thing. So, Link's Magic, Unbreakable Phone.
Yeah, brilliant.